1.
This message is a special gift-wrapped present, a word to the wise and a reminder to the believers. The very fact you are listening now indicates you are on a designated pathway, on a road filled of wonders, with a destination of endless possibilities. This short lecture is and has been designed and specifically created with the intention to spark the remembrance of your greatness, fill you with hope, and to magnetize the vastness of wealth you have deep down on the inside of you. Let me tell you a story now to spark interest in your own mind. In a small town nestled between mountains and forests, there lived a young woman named Amira. Amira was known for her kindness and strong work ethic, but often felt held back by doubts and fears. She had big dreams of one day opening a healing center where people from all walks of life could come find peace and guidance, but self-doubt often clouded her vision. Her struggles with believing in herself weighed on her, and despite her hard work, she often felt like success was always just out of reach. One evening, while on a walk to clear her mind, she found herself in a quiet part of the forest she had never ventured into before. There, she stumbled upon a weathered, ancient-looking stone with an inscription that read, "The path to the life you seek begins within. Listen, believe, and your heart will guide you." Intrigued, Amira sat down on the stone and closed her eyes, letting the words sink in. As she breathed deeply, she felt her mind quieting and a vision began to form. She found herself standing in an endless meadow filled with wildflowers and sunlight. In the distance, a woman approached. She was graceful with an air of calm wisdom. Amira recognized her from an old photograph. It was her grandmother, who had passed away years ago, but had always believed in Amira's potential. "Why do you doubt yourself, child?" her grandmother asked gently. Amira looked down. "I want to do something meaningful to help people, but I don't know if I have what it takes." Her grandmother smiled. "Let me tell you a story about a young shepherd named David, who faced a giant with only a stone and his faith. He believed not in his own strength, but in the power beyond himself. You too have that power, Amira. It's within you." The vision faded, but Amira felt a new resolve. She realized that her fears were rooted not in reality, but in her beliefs about herself. She needed to trust in her own worth and let go of the limiting thoughts that had kept her from stepping fully into her dreams. The next morning, Amira began a new practice. Each day, she would sit quietly and envision her dream center, imagining in its rooms the people it would serve and the peace it would bring to her community. She remembered the story of David, and the lesson from her grandmother. She began speaking positive affirmations. I am capable. I am worthy. I am here to serve. As her confidence grew, she took small steps toward her goal, reaching out to others in her town who shared her vision. To her surprise, people responded with enthusiasm and support. An old friend, a retired sports coach, became her biggest ally, sharing stories of athletes who he had trained, who had overcome obstacles with mental resilience. Visualization is a tool every successful athlete uses, he told her. It's about seeing yourself succeed and feeling it as if it were already real. One afternoon, Amira met an elderly woman named Lila who practiced Buddhist meditation. Lila invited her to a meditation group and introduced her to the concept of mindfulness. In Buddhism, we believe that we are what we think, she explained. If you fill your mind with peace and purpose, you will create it in your life. Amira began meditating daily, practicing both visualization and mindfulness. She focused on quieting her doubts and strengthening her positive beliefs. She was now on a path within, just as the stone in the forest had guided her. As the weeks passed, Amira's dreams started to materialize. A local building owner offered her a vacant space at a reduced rate. Volunteers showed up to help renovate, and soon her healing center became a reality. A place where people found peace, guidance, and hope. One day, she met a man who reminded her of a Quranic story she had heard as a child. The story of Musa, or Moses, who had faced an impossible task at the Red Sea. He had trusted in a power beyond himself, and the path had opened. Amira felt deeply that she, too, had been guided by something greater, but also that her own belief had made all the difference. As her healing center grew, Amira felt profound gratitude both for the journey and for the many teachings she had received. She now understood the power of positive belief, the strength within her subconscious, and the magic of thought manifestation. Her center became a beacon of hope, and people traveled from near and far to experience its peace. Amira's own story became a testament to those who doubted themselves, a reminder that often the only barrier to achieving our dreams is believing in their possibility. And as she shared her journey with others, she watched countless people come to realize the power within them, sparking their own paths to fulfillment. And so, Amira's story became a living message, a word to the wise, and a reminder to the believers. The path to our dreams begins within, guided by belief, and supported by the boundless potential that lies deep inside us all. So too, just like Amira, the power was and always has been within. Only when you believe the key to unlock the door will appear. Any door you choose will open, and the storehouse of abundance will manifest immediately because you think it so. For years, You may have heard things contrary to what I am speaking about. Different opinions could be the dominating forces that occupy the spaces of your thought process. However, your own wonderful brain includes all of the necessary components to unlock your truest potential. Let me share some facts briefly about the brain. The brain is remarkable, with the power to reshape itself in response to what we believe and focus on. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows us to form new connections and pathways in our minds. When we practice positive thinking and truly believe in new possibilities, we can rewire our brains to support those beliefs. Studies show that visualizing a goal or believing in our ability to achieve can make the brain respond as if it's real, creating actual structural changes that reinforce either positive or negative expectations. A key part of this process is a network in the brainstem called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short, which acts like a filter highlighting the information most relevant to us. When we set a clear intention or goal, the RAS tunes our awareness, helping us notice opportunities and resources that match our aspirations. This is why, if we believe the door will appear, the brain actively focuses on paths that align with our goal, filtering out distractions to make way for new possibilities. In many ways, our beliefs can become self-fulfilling prophecies. When we deeply believe in our potential or in the possibility of abundance, our actions follow that belief, increasing the likelihood of reaching those outcomes. Negative beliefs, however, can lead to self-doubt, creating barriers to success. By believing positively, we give our brain a powerful reason to turn those beliefs into reality through our actions. One effective way to train the brain for success is through visualization and mental rehearsal. When we vividly imagine a desired outcome, the brain activates regions as if it were actually happening, priming us to achieve it. Many athletes and professionals use this technique to focus their minds, training their brains to recognize and move toward the imagined goal as if it were already within reach. However, our minds also rely on mental shortcuts or cognitive biases, which shape how we interpret our experiences. If past experiences have fostered negative beliefs, the brain may default to those patterns. But by actively focusing on positive affirmations, visualization, and gratitude, we can retrain our brain to build new pathways, opening up a more optimistic view of what's possible. A powerful driver of motivation in this process is dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to reward and anticipation. When we set a goal and believe we can achieve it, dopamine releases as we move closer, fueling our motivation and creating a positive feedback loop. This cycle of belief, motivation, and reward strengthens our drive, making it easier to pursue and accomplish all of our dreams. To summarize this beautifully is simply to say, the brain is a remarkable tool designed to bring our beliefs to life. When we cultivate a mindset of possibility, visualize our aspirations, and nurture positive beliefs, we awaken its potential to open doors of opportunity. The storehouse of abundance lies within us. By aligning our thoughts with our intentions, we empower our minds to shape the reality we envision. And now, let me leave you with one more story. Because anything is possible, anything, when we engage our talents and abilities using the mind and the brain together. There once was a young man named Jamal who dreamed of starting his own business, a place where people could gather, share ideas, and grow together. But every time he thought about it, doubt crept in. I don't have the skills, he would tell himself. What if I fail? These thoughts became so dominant that over time, Jamal felt trapped, as if he were standing before a locked door with no way to open it. One day, he met an old friend, a successful entrepreneur named Keisha, who listened to his worries. Keisha smiled and said, Jamal, the key to unlocking that door is already inside you. Your brain has an amazing ability to adapt, change, and grow with your beliefs. If you think that door will open, it will. Jamal was skeptical, but Keisha continued. She explained how the brain can be reshaped by what we focus on, how it starts looking for opportunities the moment we believe they exist. Think of it this way, she said. There's a part of your brain that acts like a filter, helping you see what matters most to you. If you believe you can make your dream real, your mind will start spotting chances you might have missed before. Intrigued, Jamal began to practice this every day. He closed his eyes, pictured himself standing in front of his own business, welcoming people in. He repeated to himself, I am capable. I am ready. The door will open. At first, it felt silly, but over time, something strange began to happen. He started noticing things he hadn't before. One day, he met someone at a community event who was looking for a partner with fresh ideas. Another time, he stumbled across a vacant storefront, perfectly located and available at a price he could manage. Bit by bit, the opportunities he needed began appearing, just as Keisha had promised. Jamal realized his mind had shifted. Where he once saw only obstacles, he now saw potential. Each step he took brought him closer to his dream, and soon enough, his business was open and thriving. It wasn't magic, it was his own belief and focus that had unlocked the door. Jamal's brain had simply guided him to opportunities he hadn't been able to see before. From that day on, whenever Jamal felt doubt, he remembered Keisha's words. The key to your dreams is already inside you. Believe in it, and the doors you need will appear. And just like that, Jamal had discovered his own power to unlock the path to his potential. You too have the power to unlock this pathway to potential. The only thing that's stopping you is you. Now take these lessons and begin to apply them ever so carefully in your life. And watch in amazement how your life transforms immediately. Do these things in secret, and before you know it, the world will see the manifestation of your practice.